Every single day, you make thousands of decisions. Most of them feel intentional, conscious, and logical. But in reality, the majority of your decisions are made automatically, without deliberate thought. You decide what to click, what to buy, who to trust, and what to ignore, often within milliseconds. At the same time, artificial intelligence is making decisions as well, quietly, constantly, and increasingly more accurately than humans. Not because AI is more intelligent in a human sense, but because humans are deeply predictable. And that fact is reshaping the world faster than most people realize. Humans like to believe they are rational thinkers. We tell ourselves that we weigh options, consider consequences, and act based on reason. But neuroscience paints a very different picture. Before logic ever enters the process, emotions already decide. Fear, desire, stress, habit, and social influence shape our behavior long before we consciously reflect on it. The rational explanation often comes after the decision, not before. The brain constructs a narrative to justify what was already chosen. Psychologists refer to this as cognitive bias. These biases are mental shortcuts that once helped humans survive in uncertain environments. But in a modern, data-driven world, they often lead to poor outcomes. Confirmation bias pushes us to seek information that supports what we already believe. Loss aversion makes us fear losing more than we value gaining. Overconfidence convinces us we are better informed and more capable than we truly are. Even when presented with evidence, humans tend to defend their beliefs instead of updating them. This affects everyone, including experts. Doctors misdiagnose patients despite years of experience. Investors panic and sell at the worst possible moment. Judges show inconsistent sentencing depending on time of day, fatigue, or emotional state. Human intuition feels powerful, but it is unreliable, inconsistent, and influenced by countless invisible variables. Artificial intelligence operates in a completely different way. AI does not feel fear. It does not experience stress. It does not care about reputation, ego, or social approval. Instead, it processes vast amounts of data and searches for patterns that humans cannot consciously detect. When an AI system makes a decision, it compares millions of similar cases from the past. It calculates probabilities. It optimizes outcomes based on clearly defined objectives. Where a human might rely on instinct, AI relies on statistics. Where a human remembers selectively, AI remembers everything it was trained on. Where a human becomes emotional under pressure, AI remains unchanged. This alone gives artificial intelligence a significant advantage in many decision-making environments. Experience is often considered the foundation of expertise, but experience has limits. A doctor may treat thousands of patients in an entire career. An AI can analyze millions of medical records in seconds. A trader may live through a handful of market crashes. An AI can study every crash in financial history simultaneously. Human memory is imperfect and selective. Human attention is limited. Human judgment is shaped by emotion and fatigue. AI suffers from none of these constraints. This is why AI already outperforms humans in many fields. In medicine, AI systems detect certain cancers earlier than experienced specialists by identifying subtle patterns invisible to the human eye. In finance, algorithms trade without panic, greed, or hesitation, often outperforming human investors over long periods. In logistics, AI optimizes supply chains, energy usage, and transportation routes far beyond what manual planning could achieve. Even in areas that feel deeply human, AI plays a growing role. Recommendation systems decide what videos you see, what news reaches you, and what content goes viral. Hiring algorithms assess resumes and predict employee performance. Risk models determine who receives loans, insurance, or access to resources. In many cases, humans are no longer making decisions directly. They are approving decisions made by machines. The power of AI lies in its ability to learn from massive data sets. Humans learn from personal experience and a limited number of examples. AI learns from millions of data points. Over time, this difference compounds. AI becomes more accurate, while humans remain constrained by their cognitive limitations. However, better decisions do not automatically lead to better outcomes. Artificial intelligence does not understand morality, ethics, or fairness. It optimizes for goals. If the goal is engagement, AI will amplify outrage and controversy. If the goal is efficiency, AI may sacrifice human well-being. If the training data contains bias, the system will replicate and scale that bias. AI does not question whether a goal is right. It only asks how effectively it can be achieved. This creates a dangerous imbalance of power. Whoever defines the objective controls the behavior of the system, and those objectives are often invisible to the people affected by them. As AI systems become more accurate, humans tend to trust them more. This trust can quickly turn into dependence. When machines consistently outperform humans, people stop questioning their recommendations. Decisions become automated not because AI is perfect, but because it is better than us on average. This leads to a subtle but profound shift. Humans gain efficiency and accuracy, but they lose agency. The act of deciding slowly moves away from individuals and into systems designed by corporations, governments, and institutions. Most people never see the logic behind these systems. They only experience the outcomes. The future of decision-making will not be defined by whether AI becomes conscious or self-aware. It will be defined by how much responsibility humans are willing to give up. In many domains, AI will not replace humans outright. It will guide them, suggest, recommend, predict, and eventually decide. Hiring decisions, medical treatments, legal risk assessments, financial approvals. In each case, humans may remain formally in control, but practically dependent on algorithmic judgment. Saying no to a machine that is statistically more accurate becomes increasingly difficult. The greatest risk is not that AI becomes too intelligent. The real risk is that humans become passive. When decisions feel outsourced, accountability fades, responsibility becomes abstract, and the ability to think critically erodes. Artificial intelligence makes better decisions because it is not human. It does not fear being wrong. It does not defend its ego. It does not cling to belief or identity. That makes it powerful, efficient, and deeply unsettling. The future will not be about humans versus machines. It will be about who controls the systems that decide for millions of people. Because once machines consistently choose better than we do, the most difficult decision left is whether we still want to choose at all. And this shift is already happening in subtle ways. Many people no longer ask why a recommendation appears on their screen. They accept it. They follow it. Over time, trust replaces curiosity. Convenience replaces skepticism. When a system repeatedly proves to be correct, questioning it begins to feel unnecessary, even irrational. This is how decision-making slowly migrates away from individuals and into invisible systems running in the background of everyday life. The more accurate AI becomes, the more humans adapt their behavior around it. People change how they act to fit what algorithms reward. Content creators adjust ideas to satisfy recommendation systems. Businesses shape products around predictive models. Even personal choices, from navigation routes to dating decisions, are increasingly influenced by machine suggestions. AI does not just make decisions. It reshapes the environment in which decisions are made. This feedback loop is powerful. AI learns from human behavior, then nudges that behavior in return. Over time, the line between choice and suggestion becomes blurred. What feels like free will may simply be the most optimized path presented by a system trained on billions of previous actions. not forced but guided, not controlled but shaped. The real challenge is not stopping AI from making decisions. That is neither realistic nor desirable. The challenge is maintaining awareness, understanding when a decision is genuinely yours and when it is the product of invisible optimization. The danger is not losing intelligence, but losing intentionality. As machines continue to outperform humans in prediction and optimization, society will face a choice. Either we design systems that keep humans meaningfully involved, or we allow efficiency to quietly override autonomy. The future will reward those who understand how these systems work and question them when necessary. Because in a world where machines decide better than humans, the most valuable skill may no longer be intelligence or speed. It may be the ability to pause, reflect, and consciously choose when to let machines decide and when not to.